Hey everyone, this is Nancy from New Travel Escapes. If you have watched our channel, you probably know that Excellence Riviera Cancun is a resort that is dear to my heart. It is not necessarily the best of the best, but it is definitely one of my personal favorites. Instead of repeating a bunch of things that we have already told you about in our previous videos, we're going to update you on the changes that have been happening at ERC in recent months. So if you have a trip to ERC coming up, then this video has some information you will want to know about. Today's video will be a snapshot, so to speak, of the changes that have been happening at Excellence Riviera Cancun and some things that are new. If you're interested in spending your money on this resort, make sure you watch our other videos as they go into much more in-depth information on the different room options, restaurants, bars, preferred club, and a general overview of what this resort is like. I will link those at the end of this video, or just search our ERC playlist on our channel. I'm going to fill you in on what's new while we look around the resort. Since our last video, the Spice restaurant has completed its renovations and the menu has changed a bit. They have added yakiniku tables, which is a tasty and creative addition to the menu options here. It's like Korean barbecue. There are no extra fees for it, you just need to make a reservation with the concierge. Magna and the new club lounge are also completed and open. Magna is a restaurant for Excellence Club guests, and it is off of the lobby around the corner from the check-in area. The full menu is on the app, and although I have not tried it myself, the tomahawk steak gets high praise from guests. The Excellence Club Lounge and Bar is now located in the main building with Magna, and no longer between buildings 7 and 8. This has sparked many mixed reviews. Even amongst our own team, we cannot agree how we feel about this change. Regardless, just know it's no longer between the club buildings. The new lounge has a fantastic cocktail menu and some beautiful outdoor seating overlooking the resort. If you're a new guest and you're not accustomed to the old lounge, then you won't be disappointed in this one. Some returning guests enjoy the new lounge, but they're missing the location and charm of the old one. So what's happening to the old lounge? Well, this is a complicated question at the moment because Mexico has just implemented a new nationwide smoking policy, and this includes resorts. Smoking in Mexico is now only allowed in designated outdoor spaces, and it has to be no less than 10 meters away from other areas. Canada has had this in place for several years now, so if you're a Canadian, this is very familiar. But for my American friends, this may catch you off guard, so I want you to be aware. It is new, and the resorts are figuring out how to best implement these new laws, so it's a bit of a work in progress at the moment. When they announced that they were building Magna and moving the club lounge, I expected that it would follow what Excellence Playa Mujeres did. The old club lounge became the cigar bar, and if you've watched our EPM videos, then you may know that this is a great little cigar bar. However, indoor smoking is no longer allowed in Mexico. Will the resorts have to buy a permit to operate a cigar lounge? I don't know. Will it become a piano bar? Or I've even heard someone say it would be a fitness center. I'm not sure on that last one, but so far anyone I've asked does not really know what the plans are for the old club lounge. So we'll have to all wait and see what they do with that one. Comment below on what you think should be done with the old club lounge. You don't need to make reservations for dinner at ERC, but the resort has implemented a policy concerning larger groups. There is currently a maximum of 6 per table, and this is only through an advanced reservation with the food and beverage concierge. The concierge desk is located across from the Aroma coffee shop entrance. There are only 4 per table allowed at Chez Isabel, and I believe this is also true for Magna. The wine cellar is always an option at Chez Isabel if you have a larger group, but you will need to purchase wine to book it. For the most part, this has gone over well in that larger groups will have a reservation so they are not waiting for hours for a table, and it still keeps the restaurants feeling upscale and less chaotic. If you are a group of 6 or more, I would be sure to connect with the concierge as soon as you arrive to see what reservations and times they can offer to avoid disappointment. ERC has changed the dress code to allow shorts and t-shirts for men in all but 2 restaurants. So when you visit now, you may notice that things appear a lot more casual than they have in years past. It used to be that almost everyone dressed up, as you would if you were going on a date. You know, a summer beach dress or long pants and a short-sleeved dress shirt, or something a bit dressier for an upscale night out. Now, the vibe at night is different. It is more of an extension of the day-long activities. It is a bit more common for people to stay in the pool longer and then just throw on something casual and pick a nice restaurant for dinner. So depending on the vibe that you're looking for, this change may or may not appeal to you. Don't debate it in the comments because it is really someone's personal taste, and that's the situation. Some like it more casual and some don't, and that's okay. Just know that things have changed a little bit. Something about the dress code that keeps catching people off guard that I want to let you know about is men wearing tank tops at the buffet. This topic seems to be a touchy one because people take it personally, and it's really not a statement on your fashion sense at all. Covering body hair is stated in the US Food and Drug Administration health standards, and they collaborate with the government and food industry in Mexico. The resorts are not trying to control what their guests wear, it is simply the health guidelines they are required to follow for a buffet restaurant. I would not want to be the poor host or hostess who has to enforce this, but they have to. So wear some type of sleeve to the buffet and enjoy your morning mimosa. One more thing about the dress code that I think might be helpful to mention is that it states women have to have a cover-up over their bathing suits. Even if you're wearing a sarong around your waist as a cover-up, you will have to have something to cover up the top half or just retie it as a halter dress or something. I say this from experience because it catches me off guard every now and again, and I can't be the only one, am I? Another change is the amount of people traveling as groups these days. I briefly commented on this in my 2022 video, but 2023 looks to be the same. Coming out of a pandemic, people have spent a lot of time alone and much less time socializing, so it stands to reason that more people are looking to vacation as a group. Again, this is a personal preference situation. Just know that group trips are more prevalent than ever before. This being said, the chair game is still brutal at ERC, and the bigger the groups, the more fierce it is. It is really hard to get chairs near the main pool with the swim-up bar, and unfortunately the resort does nothing about chair saving, so it is not at all uncommon for chairs to be saved, but you see no one use them for several hours. I hope ERC fixes this issue. There are several ways I have seen other resorts fix it, and it's effective, but at the time of this video, getting a chair at the pool feels a little bit like the Wild West. Let's talk quickly about pool heat. We are pretty happy either club or not club at ERC, but sometimes if our trip is over the winter months, we will upgrade to club level simply to be able to use the club pool, which is supposed to be heated. We have repeatedly traveled to all of the Excellence resorts in Mexico during the winter months, and we are often unable to use the pools. I know some of you say tequila will fix that problem, but to be serious, I want to let you know that the club pool at ERC is heated, but they do not guarantee when they turn it on. For example, this past holiday season, the club pool heat was turned on much later than expected to the frustration of many guests. The accessible pool is also heated, but when and if they turn that on is anyone's guess, and the rest of the pools are subject to the ambient temperature rather than being climate controlled. Excellence has such a good product, but it is a lot of money to spend, so I want to let you know that if you're visiting during the winter months, you may possibly find the pools too cold to use. All in all, there have been several changes to ERC in the past few months, but most of them have been implemented smoothly and to the pleasure of many of their guests. Even with my frustration with the pool heat, the staff at ERC is what brings us back as repeat guests year after year. Excellence does such a good job with service, and the staff is what makes their resorts very special to our team. That's it for today. We hope this was helpful if you're planning a trip to Excellence Riviera Cancun. There have also been a whole lot of changes at the Cancun airport, so make sure you check out our latest video all about the new e-gates. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you find these types of travel videos helpful. We will be back very soon with more new travel escapes. See you soon!